My artist name is the fabulous Miss Wendy. I'm a recording artist from Los Angeles, California, and I started playing music because I had an older brother that really influenced me, like, into playing rock and roll and just being into rock and roll. He's a huge music fan, and goes to a lot of concerts to this day.
You remember any particular ones that stood out as being influential to you?
Yes, I do. I remember when I had back surgery when I was a little kid.
Oh, wow.
A week before my back surgery, I went to go see an Everclear concert with my brother. It was Everclear, and it was Fastball over at the Palladium. And Fastball opened for Everclear, and after Fastball played, they were hanging out in the back of the club.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother and I walked by them, and he just kind of took me and just like, he was like, go talk to the lead singer of Fastball. Kind of like shut me, like don't talk to him. And I was so nervous. I was like, what am I going to say to him? He's like, I don't know. Tell him about your back surgery.
How old were you?
So I was like, okay. So I was just like a little kid, and I walk up to him. I'm like, hi, I see you play. It was awesome, and I'm having back surgery next week, and I just wanted to say it was awesome. And he was like, oh, that's so he was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear. And he took down my address. He actually sent me a card, like a get well card for my back surgery, before the surgery. So,
wow. How old were you when that happened?
Like 12 or something.
Oh, wow. So were you already playing music at that point?
Yeah, I started playing when I was 10. I started playing guitar. I started writing songs, too, when I was about, like, 8 or 9. I've been singing since I was, like, as young as I could remember singing. And I remember just, like, loving music and being very attracted to it at a very young age and just kind of, like, understanding it, you know what I mean? Like,
mm-hmm.
A lot of people consider music to be kind of background noise, and, like, I seem to really, like, understand it.
Right. So you continued playing guitar, and then I was reading you had some bands like in high school and stuff.
I did, but I had a hard time because like my guitar teacher would come over every week, and I'd have like another sob story. A guy told me he wanted to be in a band with me, but he was just trying to go on a date with me and get my pants. Like every week, Groundhog's Day, same thing.
Wow. So how much do you think growing up in LA has to do with like where you are today?
No, that's a tough question because I would have done what I've done today no matter where I'm from. I mean, LA was good because I feel like I had access to like amazing music teachers
mm-hmm.
when I was a really little kid. But I mean, other than that, it's a very, very oversaturated market. And actually, as much as I love LA, and as well as my band does there, like, one of the best things I did was get out of LA. Because it's like when I got out of LA and I came back to LA, it's almost like I proved myself somehow.
Oh,
you know, because a lot of people never leave LA. They just kind of get there and they get stuck there and think that, like, okay, you're going to be there, you're going to make it. And that's, like, not what it is anymore. You have to travel. You have to, like, go out around the country and around the world, get your word out.
So I also saw in your bio that you were voted most likely to be a rock star in high school.
Yeah, that was cool. I'm excited about that. I remember, like, I was really actually a very shy kind of kid. I was very nerdy in high school. And they had, like, this talent show one time, like, one year. I don't know. I think it was, like, junior year, something like that. And I said, I'm just going to go and play guitar at the talent show. I probably got extra credit for, like, showing up. And I just remember, like, I was about to go on stage, and, like, my friend was like, hey, what songs are you going to play? And I looked at him and I said, I don't know. I'm just going to feel it when I get up there. And I remember just standing up there and just really, like, just kind of vibing the crowd. And I just, like, improvised guitar, and I did a bunch of shredding and stuff. And, like, I just watched all my classmates just with their mouths open, and all my teachers with their mouths open, like, oh my God, the dorky girl is shredding. Like, it was a pretty cool moment, but I think I relived that moment a lot, because, like, one of the most common reactions to my stage show is shock.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, honestly, sometimes people forget to clap, because they're so in shock. Like, it happens, I don't know, on a fairly regular basis. People would just be so shocked that they literally forget to clap. I remember when it, like, first started happening, I thought I was doing something wrong, And I was like, I thought I must have played a bad show. I didn't even want to go out and sell my merchandise. I was like, nah, I just want to like stay in the tour bus and not getting me out of here. And they're like, no, you have to go to the merchandise booth. I'm like, okay. So I go to the merchandise booth. All these people are like, oh my God, that was amazing. I was like, thank you. But after like, 3, 4, 5 times that happened, I realized that people were just so shocked that they forgot to clap. It's very strange. Awesome. There's definitely a stereotype of female musicians that, like, I don't know, that either they're a lesbian or they're bad looking or, you know what I mean, or they can't play.
Right. I would definitely think that's the most common one.
Oh, yeah. It is very common, but, so I think that shocks people. An interesting thing I noticed, like when I talk to adults, like 90 to 99% of the compliments I get are preceded by something about being a female. Oh, I've never seen a girl play like that. Oh, wow, for a girl, that's amazing. Or like, wow, like just something that's a girl like. But when it comes to like kids and when it comes to teenagers, like they never even mention like, whoa, I've never seen a girl play like that. Like it just doesn't even occur to them. And I think that that's really like a sign that like the times are changing and, 10, 20 years down the road, I'm not going to be such a freak of nature, or people like me won't be so, seem so weird. It'll be more common because, there's no physical reason why girls can't play guitar. There's none. The only thing there is mental reasons because, like, any girl that's out there trying it, I can tell you for sure, is just dealing with so much stuff. And, like, it could be really hard, like, to get people to take you seriously until you play or until they hear your music,
Besides, your performance and people really attaching themselves to it being something different, what's maybe some way that you've used social media or something like that to retain fans?
Oh, I think social media is absolutely great. It's just great because, like, I feel like as the artist, I can control the messages that are put out there.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's great to have that artistic and creative control over your messages. It's great to be able to talk to your fans directly.
Mm-hmm. So you do a lot of that.
Yeah, I do. I spend a pretty social media and just like, try to keep up my websites and stuff. And, it helps fans find me more easily. So,
right.
People don't want to be hassled to go find something. They want to be able to find it easily and quickly. And I love social media. I think it's just one of the greatest things that's ever happened to the independent musician ever.
Yeah, definitely. So how do you think most people find out about you?
Through word of mouth.
Yeah.
At this point, and I get press, so the press and word of mouth, but mostly word of mouth. It depends. There's certain like markets where my band does better than others at this point in time, just because we've been playing it like longer or more. So in like some of the bigger markets, like there's definitely a lot of radio support going on.
Okay.
So there's that too, but mostly word of mouth, I think, is definitely the case. And
it's always best.
Oh, it is. Thank you. I agree. I think that's the best way to go. And, for the last couple of years, like, over half of the people that have come to my shows, like, I don't know who they are.
Oh, wow.
And, like, when I first started, I knew everybody that came to my shows, like, they're my friends or this or that. And then what happened was just, like, new people started coming, and now it's, like, to the point where, like, there's usually a little bit more, like, new people than other people. I don't recognize anybody, but I look at the numbers. I know they're there to see me. And it's like even on Kickstarter, like most people that donated to me on Kickstarter, I actually don't know them.
Wow.
Or who they are.
That was my next question I wanted to get into is about the Kickstarter that you started and your experience with that. If you could just kind of give me a little background and how that went for you.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Yeah, I really love Kickstarter. I think that's, besides social media, one of the other greatest things that's ever happened to the independent musician ever. Like, a bunch of people told me I should do Kickstarter. And I was pretty nervous to do it because I know if you don't hit the number that, like, you don't get funded. I was just like, it's one of those things, to do something really great, I believe you have to go out on a limb.
Right.
And sometimes that limb can break. Yeah. And it was just like, it felt like it was like, pretty kind of limb because I'd never done anything like that before, and I had no idea what I was doing. I felt like I was walking around in the dark, and somehow I just, I just told everybody I knew about the Kickstarter and told them to tell everybody they knew, and, I'm like, just was funded, and that's how it happened. Also, make sure that your prizes are really, really, cool. I think one of the reasons I got funded is because, I came up with, a really good, I think it's a really good prize. For $100, I write you a song.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a pretty awesome prize.
Thank you. So, actually, 30 people did that prize because they wanted to get their song, and so I'm writing, theme songs for people unless they otherwise specify what they would like me to write about, and that's really what people are most excited about. I was getting phone calls like, "Where's my song?" The expletive, and I'm like, "Yeah,
yeah,
I'm on it." So it's all about the song.
Yeah, so people are giving you very specific things they want in it, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, people just hand me lists of okay, here's all the stuff I like golfing, Coca-Cola, making love to my wonderful wife Lucille. Can you put it all in there? Well, sure. Going to the gym, it's hilarious. But it's cool though. It's fun, and it makes people feel like they're part of something that they can be happy about.
Absolutely, I think that's awesome.
Thank you.
So, can you tell me a little bit about the album that you're working on that this is funding?
Absolutely, I'd love to. It's a 10-song record. I like 10-song records. There's something about them. They're just so I don't know. You got 10 fingers, you got 10 toes. 10 songs on a record is just, I think it's perfect. Not too short, not too long. So yeah, that's why I chose 10 songs. I actually had quite a few other songs. I wrote over 100 songs for this record.
Wow.
And chose what I thought was the 10 best. There was 14 that I couldn't live without, and I had to make some hard decisions and eliminate 4 of them to do it. So I feel really proud of this record. I think it's some of my best songwriting ever, and I write a lot of songs. I write songs every day, sometimes 2 or 3 songs in a day. And so I write a lot, and I'm really excited about this record, really proud of it. It's being produced by Vinny Dombrowski and Tim Padlin from the band Sponge, and it's being done over at the Loft in Ann Arbor, where all the Sponge hit records and stuff were done, and actually quite a few pretty big records came out of that place. So I'm really excited. Vinny's playing drums on the record. Tim Padlin's playing bass, I'm playing guitar, and yeah, I'm just thrilled. Oh, also Vinny co-wrote 2 of the songs as well. It's my first time using a co-writer on a record, so I'm really excited about it. And who better than the lead singer of Sponge?
Yeah, that's
awesome. Talented guy. Thank you.
So what else can we look forward to seeing from you, maybe tour-wise or anything else that you have going on?
Yes, National Summer Tour is coming after the record, so just look out. If you go to thefabulouswendy.com, you'll see all my tour dates and when I'm coming out to you. We're adding more dates right now. We already have a lot of dates booked on the East Coast, the West Coast. We're just kind of, we're filling in a lot of gaps right now, so it'll all be up within the next couple weeks or so.
Awesome. So I guess to close out the interview, what would you say your career philosophy is that kind of keeps you going day to day?
My career philosophy is, I don't know, I feel my songwriting, is literally a gift from God, because it does feel like it comes out of the sky as a gift from God straight into my head. And I feel like if I stop doing what I'm doing, that I would be forsaking that gift. I'll do